Hi everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to show you how to make this poncho here. Now I put a picture of it in front of the video because I don't have a lot of room on my desk to show you because it's really big. But as you can see, it's got ribbing on it and it's made with the Bernat velvet yarn. It is so soft, so plush. It's a little bit on the heavy side, not bad though. I kind of made it to where I named it the blanket poncho, so maybe you could like wear it, you know, around when you're watching TV and snuggle up in bed, or you can wear it out. It doesn't matter either way. I mean, but it's super soft. I mean, it's turned out nice. So let's go ahead and get started on this. Okay, for this project I used the Bernat velvet, which is a 100% polyester yarn, and it is classified as a bulky 5. There are 315 yards per roll, and I had 4 rolls. I didn't quite use all of 4, but I did go through some of the 4th one. Now if you want to make yours bigger than mine, you might need another roll. But yeah, and the color I used is, I don't even know what the color is. Let's see. Well, it's their purple color. Maybe it's me. I don't even see the color on here. Well, anyways, it's the purple one. I'm sorry. You'll see it when you go in the store. It looks like crushed velvet. And then I'm using a size K, which is a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. Now I mentioned in the beginning that it was a bit on the heavy side. Now don't get me wrong, it's not so heavy that, I mean, you could wear it out on the town. It's not that heavy. I'm just saying it's just a little bit heavier than what a normal poncho would be. But I mean, you could comfortably wear it out. It's not like gonna weight you down like a bunch of weights or anything. It's actually really soft and super nice. One more thing I want to point out when you're working with this yarn, you do not want to center pull this type of yarn. It'll just come out in a big blob of yarn barf. It's best and it's easiest just to pull from the outside. That's my recommendation on that. That's just easier that way. I mean, you can try to center pull. I did it to 2 of them and they just like barfed all over the place and it was a big tangly mess. And as you can see, I still have some left. That's how it comes out. So I would recommend pulling from the outside with this type of yarn. So I'm going to take a second to ask you not to forget to subscribe to my channel either if you haven't already. If you click in the description box, you'll see an automatic subscribe button. If you click on that, you'll automatically be subscribed and you'll never miss any of my videos. So first off, you want to start out with a chain of 64. Now, once you get your chain of 64 made, you want to follow it down without twisting your chain. And it's kind of hard, I guess, to see this yarn at first. This first row is probably going to be the worst one. Slip stitch right there into that first chain to form one large ring. But once you get past this first row, it's actually really easy. You want to chain 1. Now we're going to go right back into that same stitch that we just slip stitched into and do a single crochet. And now I'm going to work 1 single crochet in every stitch for the length of the chain. Now this yarn is not hard to work with. It's just this first row is a bit tricky, trying not to twist your chain. That's it. After that, it's going to be a breeze. So 1 single in every stitch until you get back to the beginning. Just like that. Okay, once you make it to the end of row 1, you should have 64 stitches now. And what you want to do is go ahead and end with the slip stitch into your first single crochet that you made. Now in round 1. Now this is a 4-point poncho, so it's going to have 4 points, and we're going to make the first point right now. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go back into this very first stitch that we just slip stitched into, and we're going to work 2 double crochets chain of 2 and 2 more double crochets. Now that is how every point is made. It's always made the same. 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. Now we're going to work 1 double crochet into the next 15 stitches. Now make sure you get this first stitch because sometimes it gets hidden by the point. So pull your point back. We'll put a double crochet into the next 15 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I did my 15 double crochets, and now I'm going to put a point into the next stitch. So I'm going to go right into it and work 2 doubles, a chain of 2, and 2 more doubles. Just like that. So now we got our second point made. Now again, it's 1 double crochet into the next 15 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I did my 15 stitches again. Now again, we're going to put our next point. So our third one, it's 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, and now again, 1 double crochet into the next 15 stitches. Okay, 15 stitches again. Now I'm going to make my 4th point into the next stitch. So 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 more doubles. Now you should have 15 stitches that remain. Go ahead and put 1 double crochet in the remaining 15 stitches. Okay, I'm coming to the end of round 2, and now what you want to do is end in a slip stitch into your first double crochet that you made. Just like that. And now you should have 76 stitches. Now I want to point out, if you look at the neck, this is the neck. It's not real big, but you don't want to make it any bigger than that because the weight of the poncho, I mean not just this poncho, any poncho weights down the neck and the neck will stretch. I mean, a lot of people ask me if they can make it bigger because this usually only measures just a little bit across. But I advise against that because once you get your poncho so big, no matter what yarn you're using, your neck is going to stretch out. And if you make it any bigger than what I say, usually it's going to drop off your shoulders, and you don't want that. So I would just go with this. Even if you think that it's a little small, trust me, it's going to stretch out. So since I said that, I just wanted to bring that up because some people ask me that quite often, and I just don't recommend making it any bigger. Okay, so now round 3 is actually the repeat round for the whole poncho. So it's pretty easy. What you want to do is you want to start off by slip stitching 2 times to your first chain 2 space. So there's 1 and there's 2. And I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to go back into the same stitch and I'm going to work 2 double crochets, a chain of 2, and 2 more double crochets. That's what we do in every point of the poncho. Now I'm going to put a front post double crochet around the next stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to go around the post of the stitch and then work a double crochet. Now the next stitch, I'm just going to put a regular double crochet right into the top of it. And then I'm just going to repeat that. The next stitch is going to be a front post double crochet. So kind of yarn over, go around the post of the next stitch and double crochet. and then the next stitch is a regular double crochet into the top of it. Now I don't recommend a tight tension now. If you can keep a loose tension, that's going to benefit you with this yarn. The next stitch is going to be a front post double crochet, and then the next stitch will be a regular double crochet. So we're just going to repeat this until we get to our next chain 2 space, our next point. A front post double crochet. Remember, if you can, keep it loose. I mean, not real loose, but you just don't want a real tight tension when you're working with this yarn. And front post, regular double, and front post. Just do that until you get to your next chain 2 space. Okay, I'm coming to my next chain 2 space, so my last stitch before my chain 2 space should be a front post double. And now I'm going to go right into the space and work 2 doubles, a chain of 2, and 2 more double crochets, just like that. And now I'm just going to kind of repeat that again. So I'm going to start off with a front post double crochet around the first stitch, and double crochet into the top of the next. Front post double around the post of the next stitch, and regular double into the top of the next. Just like that. So front post double, regular double, all the way till you get your next chain 2 space. Okay, I've made it to my next point. My last stitch was a front post double, and again I'm just going to put 2 doubles, a chain of 2, and 2 more double crochets into that point. And again, we're just going to repeat it. Start out with a front post double crochet around your first stitch, and regular double into the top of the next. Front post double around the next, and regular double on top of the next. So this yarn is actually really easy to work with. I don't have any troubles with it. Front post double and regular double. Now you're going to repeat that until you get to your next chain 2 space, and you do 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, and then you start out again with the front post double in the first stitch, regular double, front post double, regular double, all the way until you get back to the beginning. Okay, I'm coming to the end here. Now these last 2 stitches is where we kind of slip stitch, so it's going to be kind of hard to see where the stitches need to go. But you got, I just did a front post double crochet here, and I have 2 stitches left. Double crochet, and it's kind of right into the top of that slip stitch there. And then front post double crochet around this last stitch, like that. And now we're going to end with a slip stitch into our first double crochet, and that'll end round 3. Now all it is a repeat of round 3 for the whole poncho. So now you should have you should always have, starting now, you should have 16 more stitches than you did the previous round on every round. So if we had 76 last time, we have 92 stitches now at the end of round 3. So now we're just going to keep repeating round 3 until we get the poncho as long as we want it to be. Remember, we start by slip stitching 2 times to our first chain 2 space and chain 1, and then we put 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles. I do want to point this out. Instead of chaining 1, if you prefer to chain 3 and count that as a double crochet, you can do that too. So that would be 1 double crochet, so then you'd go back and put another double crochet, so that'd be like 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. Now you can do that. I prefer not to chain 3 very often when I do clothing. Sometimes I do, but if you want to follow me, I always chain 1 when I start. Go back into the same stitch and work 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 more doubles, just like that. And then we just repeat. We start off with a front post double crochet into the first stitch, and then double crochet into the next. And that's what we're going to do the whole way. And then we'll front post double around the next, which will be the front post double from the previous round, and then double into the top of the next, front post double into the next, double into the next, and you'll see that all your front post doubles will always line up. And then you just do that to the end here, and 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and repeat. And you just keep repeating that round 3. I did a total of 28 rounds starting from round 1, but you can do as many as you want, longer or shorter. Remember, you'll always have 16 more stitches than you did the previous round. Okay, once you make it to as big as you want your poncho to be, remember, if you want to make it bigger mine, that's fine. Smaller mine, that's fine too. What I'm going to do now is a slip stitch over into the beginning chain 2 space, just like we were normally. And now I'm just going to go around it with single crochet. And what we're going to do is chain 1. Now we're going to go right back into this chain 2 space, and I'm going to work 2 single crochets, a chain of 2, and then 2 more single crochets. So it's the same thing we did with the doubles, except we're just doing it with singles. And now I'm going to work 1 single crochet in every stitch until I get to my next point. So we're not doing any more back post, front post. It's just 1 single crochet into the top of every stitch, and then it'll clean up the edges nicely. I don't have a lot of room, and this poncho is really big right now, so that's why I'm just showing you a little bit. I don't want to knock my camera down. But yeah, like I said, it's just 1 single crochet into the top of every stitch. And then when you get to your next chain 2 space, all you want to do is work 2 singles, a chain 2, and 2 singles. And then you just continue working 1 single crochet in every stitch until you get to your next chain 2 space. So this is just the cleanup edging right now. So I'm going to go ahead and work this until I get all the way around. See how that cleaned that up nicely? Back to my starting point. Okay, I went all the way around with single crochet, and now what I want to do is just end in my slip stitch in my first single crochet that I made, and then I can tie that off and hide that tail. And you can go around again if you want with another row of single crochet. I mean, that's up to you, however you want it to look. If you want to clean it up even nicer, that's fine too. But now what I'm going to do, it's so big, I'm going to go around the neck here just to clean up the neck. And I'm going to try to show you the best I can because I don't have a lot of room up here. But you want to start right back here on the back of the poncho. This is where we started our very first row. That's kind of where you want to start your yarn for the neck. Okay, let's see if I can do this without knocking over my camera. Okay, just kind of start right back here in any stitch along the back. So you can see here's the tail from when I very first started. Just go into one of those stitches. It doesn't matter which one. It's somewhere around there. And we'll start off with a chain of 1, and then we're going to go right back into that same stitch, chain 1, and single crochet. Now all I'm going to do is put 1 single crochet in every single stitch around the collar area or around the neckline. So nothing special. It's just 1 single in every stitch, and this is just going to clean up the neck here, make it look nice and neat. I apologize if I'm a little out of camera. This thing is so big, it's hanging on my lap and it's hanging off my desk, and I'm doing the best I can. So I hope you can see okay. But it's real easy, this part. 1 single crochet in every stitch along the neckline until you get back, right back here to where you started. Okay, I've made it back to the beginning here around the neck. All you want to do is slip stitch into that first single crochet. Now you should have 64 stitches because that's what we started with. Now if you don't, you know, there's somewhere close to that is fine. Now if you want to go around the neck again, that's optional. If you want to make it a little bit thicker, you can. I'm going to go ahead and tie off here and clip my yarn. My scissors are probably lost into the poncho somewhere. It's so big. But that is it on the poncho. Remember, you can do whatever you want with it now. You can add more neck rows. You can add fringe. You can do whatever you want. Leave it the way it is. It's so big. I'll just have to show you a picture of it at the end on my mannequin. But it's really soft. That's why I called it a blanket poncho. So you could wear it at night or whatever in your bed and just snuggle up to it. It's just like a nice plush blanket, or you can just wear it anytime. It's super, super soft. It's very nice. It turned out really nice. So that's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Remember, there is an auto subscribe link down in the description box. If you click on that, that way you'll automatically be updated when I put on a new video, and you'll never miss any of my tutorials or giveaways or yarn shopping videos or whatever I do that has to do with crochet. You won't miss it. So that's it. Thanks everybody. Have a good day.